I hope everybody's having a great day. Happy Sunday to y'all, man. Second, real quick. Hey, team, we have an additional SUV approaching a lot. Great SUV. But today we got to discuss planning, man. Now, in life, a lot of us have big plans, big goals, big dreams, visions. But a lot of that requires planning, bro. Um, I'm eating some chips right now, but what do I mean by planning? Like research, bro. A lot of the times as people, bro, we don't want to research things that we want. You might research your celebrity's favorite color or your celebrity's favorite team or birthday, but let's say you was thinking about starting social media or something. You gotta research social media. Like I'll give you an example, like prior to me getting on Twitch, bro, I knew nothing about Twitch, bro. I literally had to research Twitch to get an understanding of what are the requirements to even be monetized, what do you got to do on Twitch, and so forth and so on to have some form of knowledge. Even when it comes to YouTube, I had to do the same thing in regards to YouTube. I literally remember watching countless videos on of YouTube on YouTube from what type of content to create or when is the best time to post. What can help your channel go up, bro? I used to watch mad videos, bro. I did learn a lot from those videos, and some of the videos I did not learn much from, but whatever it is that you're trying to do, you kind of have to fall in love with the process of researching whatever that is because it's very important. That's a way for you to determine if you have the capability of going through with doing this whatever it is, or you kind of might not have the time or the skills right now to make that happen. And this is gonna save people a lot of time to not waste because a lot of the times, yo, Mushroom, what's up? Mushroom, what's up? A lot of the times people jump into things that they're not really ready for. And once they get into whatever they jump into, the amount of work and requirement it takes, that makes them quit, bro. What's up, Mushroom? It makes them quit. So it's very important to always research whatever you want, man. Like even when it comes to me going for a new job, he said, "What's my opinion on grass?" Oh, grass is amazing, bro. I'm a grass user. I think grass is very relaxing. I would like to smoke the grass purely, as far as like not using backwoods tobacco, But I'm still trying to find that perfect natural wrap, you know. Man, don't quit YouTube, Mushroom. Do not quit YouTube because YouTube is a longevity app, bro. Meaning that in order for you to have success on YouTube, you have to sustain the duration. What I mean duration, you gotta be on YouTube for at least 3 to 4 years, bro. Anybody that blows up in 1 year, 2 year, that's the luck, man. A lot of the people that have been on YouTube, there've been people that have been on YouTube for over 10 years, 8 years, and some of them just now are starting to see like success. So when it comes to YouTube, bro, don't quit YouTube. You know, understand that YouTube is something that it's like a farm. Look at YouTube like a farm. Like if any of us right now was to get a farm, we would have to put in a lot of work into that farm, bro. But the farm is gonna be successful based on the amount of work we put into that farm because it could produce our own food. It could produce food for others. We could have livestock. We could have plantation. You know what I mean? Like that's how YouTube is, bro. TikTok, it's faster to blow up on TikTok, but YouTube takes more time. It takes more commitment. Like you have to talk to your followers. Shout out to my boy Mushroom, man. Don't quit YouTube, bro. Stick it out, man. At the end of the day, the live I'm doing is about planning. So If you feel like you want to quit YouTube because you're not getting the results you want, you got to come up with a plan. Come up with some type of plan that's going to get you what you want. You know, my plan is I need to produce more content, bro. I need to be producing content on this channel regularly, about two videos a day, and about two to three shorts a day. You know what I mean? If I'm doing that, then I can hit the goal of getting to my hours, because like I said, YouTube is not easy, bro. It's a lot of work. You gotta work, you gotta put up content, you gotta upload, you gotta go live. Yeah. You gotta go live, bro. You gotta do all these things, man. And all that is, it has to be in your plan. Like right now, let's say we stop talking about YouTube. One of you guys are thinking about getting on TikTok. When you get on TikTok, you gotta do the same thing. You gotta do lives. You gotta post every day. You know, you gotta tag the For You page. You know what I'm saying? Like these are all the plans that you have to research before you get into something. You know, people get into TikTok and they think they just want to go viral. It's like, oh, bro, nah, there's structure there. What are your plans to go viral? Do you have the most exciting clips you're gonna post? Are you gonna be clipping streamers? Are you gonna be clipping DDG, or Cas and that, like Speed, or are you gonna be clipping entertainment, comedy? Have some type of plan. Like, I love researching stuff, bro. And when I research, I look at research as I'm doing it for my benefit. What do I mean by that, bro? I research everything I'm about to get into. Like even Call of Duty Mobile, I play the game. I wasn't that good at the game. I had to go watch YouTube videos on how to become a good player at the game. And even now, I'm not the best. But what I learned from the videos and tutorials that I watched on YouTube helped improve my skill. So whatever you're trying to be the best at, excel at, succeed at, it's gonna take putting time into research, getting that knowledge or information, bro. You have to do that if you want success. Otherwise just jumping into something and expecting it to go your way, it's like, nah, it's not like that, man. Right now the world is in a gritty place. When I say it's in a gritty place, bro, shout out to Moose Roll for the like, man. I appreciate you liking the live. It's like things that once was so easy to come by before is not as easy now, because everybody kind of wants success right now in a sense of how hard life is. You feel me? Malika Sim, man, I've been smooth, man. Just been working. Hope you been well, man. Last time I talked to you, you was recovering from an illness. Hope you well and doing better. But like what I was saying, a lot of things that was easy to come by before aren't as easy right now. So there needs to be a lot more work put out. There needs to be a lot more planning done. There needs to be a lot more researching done. Just because everybody kind of wants that success or freedom or finance, whatever you want to call it, bro. Everybody want that right now, and it's not easy to come by. So those who will get that are gonna be the ones who kind of have a plan to get whatever they want. That the people that are gonna literally spend time and put energy into researching ways that they can be more successful in what they want, bro. Like the job I'm working right now, before I even came for the job, I researched the job. I researched the location, I researched the company, and these, yeah, he said just went to the work conference in the UK. Shout out to Malika Sam, my boy doing international work conferences, man. Boss status, you heard? But, planning is everything, guys. If you have some form of plan and you can kind of stick to your plan, you can get what you want, man. Just don't jump in anything without really kind of having a plan. He said, I'm editing a video right now in CapCut. That's what I'm talking about, Mushroom. The work. You got to put in the work. Right now, I'm at work doing a live for you at work. You know what I'm saying? You're editing a video that you about to post. Fire. We got Malika Sim going to conferences, business conferences in the UK, planning, working. This what it's about. And anybody right now that isn't planning or putting in any work, that's sitting down at home wishing for a Hail Mary to fall out the sky, bro, they're gonna have a tough time, bro. They're gonna have a tough time because the only people that are gonna make it now are gonna be the workers and those who plan ahead. Those are the people that are gonna make it, bro. Everybody else, they just constantly just gonna be waiting because nobody can come and save you, man. Nobody can come and boost my YouTube. That's up to me. Moosh Road. Nobody can, Moosh Road. Nobody can come boost your YouTube. Nobody can boost your TikTok. That's up to you. You feel me? All that is up to you. So figure out how you gonna do it, man. Figure out what the plan is. Even for those of you who may be thinking about starting a business, 1 second here. Let me help this guy. Even those of you guys, I apologize. I had to help a customer. Even those of you guys who are thinking about, starting a business, man, do some research. Research how to start an LLC. Research, maybe how to get a website. You know what I'm saying? Research business ethics 101 to get an understanding. But all of these things are necessary if you want success because it requires planning. Success requires planning, bro. A lot of the people that we see that are super successful and have, everything they want in life, they've been planning for forever. They've had plans. Like currently as I'm speaking to you guys right now, I have plans typed in my notes that it's just they will be executed at the right time, with the right resources available, and these are plans that I must see through to get to where I want to get to. These plans are in my notes right now. I have two phones. My other phones, I have a lot of plans in that phone. But I'm telling you guys, be a planner. Don't just be free willy nilly, man. You have to be a planner. If you're not gonna be a planner, it's like everything's gonna be a little bit tougher for you. Because life is hard right now. You know what I'm saying? Life is hard for everybody. You know, to become what you want to be right now might be a little difficult because everybody wants that, and that is everybody wants success right now, man. I don't know the people who don't really want success right now. They not worried about life. Those guys, they free balling. You know what I mean? Like they don't gotta worry about bills. They probably don't. They only gotta worry about sleeping and eating. And I see those people all the time. Like people who they're homeless. They don't have nothing but like they think about food and where they gonna lay their head. But for everyone else that already has that covered and you want more to life, what are your plans, bro? My plans right now is like, okay, work the job, use the job, to kind of support my content creation. Once I boost my content creation, I would like to get into merchandise. I already have all the merchandise and stuff I want to sell. It's just a matter of getting inventory. Once the inventory is here, I need to go as bonkers as I can with the inventory from maybe the online, or even pop up shops. You know what I'm saying? Just different vibes to where I'm generating a large sum of income to where that could be the main thing mixed with the content, mixed with the music. So I don't want to reveal all my plans, but those are some of my plans. And I'm telling you these plans currently, but these are like futuristic plans that I wish to, execute within more than likely the next 2 to 3, 4 months if things work out according. So me saying that to you guys is to tell you guys like, man, plan ahead. That's the only way you get success. This isn't like high school where you just come, guess on the test or the exam and you ace the exam and you get a C and you're good. And nah, man, this is real life, man. Real life, you got to plan, man. You know what I'm saying? Even when you're going to like a job interview, plan ahead to get there early. Why? Because it increases your chances of getting a job. So that's just a metaphoric analogy right there to where it's like, yo, you should always plan for success in life. Have some type of plan. Without a plan, you kind of like you just free balling. Free balling is only cool to a certain extent, but if you say you want to get serious, it's no free balling. You know what I'm saying? It's all execution, all planning, researching, and don't be lazy to research, man. People out there, they be lazy to research. What do I mean? A lot of the time, people so lazy to research things that they like. When I say things that they like, it's like you will have a person who will literally research stuff related to a celebrity, research stuff related to another brand or whatever. But when it comes to something that they're really interested in, really like, or they really want to do, they'll be lazy enough to where they won't research that, bro. Nah, Malika Sim. I did not get to watch the movie, but I kind of watched the reaction on the movie. It pretty much talks about the levels of which you gotta get through to get to through to Hollywood, get in Hollywood, and I'm glad you brought that up because a lot of these people that want to get into Hollywood, they don't plan anything, bro. When I say they don't plan anything, what do I mean, bro? Their only plan is to encounter a famous person and tell them, "Hey, I want to get into acting." And the famous person says, "Okay, you can get into acting, but you got to do this, and this." And they're willing to do all of that just to get into acting. Now, let's say I want to be an actor, right? All right, Malik. Boom. Now, I personally might not want to. I don't want to go to Hollywood. So, what are my plans to successfully become an actor without needing Hollywood? Okay, my first thing will be, okay, let me perfect my acting skills. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna research how to like act. Obviously, perfect my acting skills. After that, I am gonna start getting into screenwriting, playwriting. Why? Because I don't want to go to Hollywood, bro. Knowing that I don't want to go to Hollywood, after I get into screenwriting, playwriting, script writing, next thing I'm gonna do after that is I'm gonna start producing my own short stories, visual stories, visual screens. More style over stuff than beauty shot, but the sublimination was very obvious. Now, of course, it's gonna lack depth because it's not supposed to give you the full picture, Malik. It's just supposed to kind of give you an idea of what really goes down. And I was gonna give you an idea of all the sacrifices that these guys have to make to get famous, to be in that position. But anybody who wants to be in that position, they don't need to do any of those things if they have a plan. The script I was just kind of giving you guys is like, bro, if you want to be an actor, man, perfect your acting skills. Take classes. After you take classes, get into screenwriting, directing, playwriting. Why? Because you want to know how to produce your own movies. Once you get into screenwriting, playwriting, learn a little bit about editing and camera work. That way you can get the best camera crew around you. And now look, you can literally act in your own films, co-produce your own films, and help shoot your own films. Now, after that, we go to the big ball part. The big ball part is, let's say you're not you want to get to the next level, meaning that you want more people to see your films. Now, you don't need to go in Hollywood and have a talent agent or whatever. All you gotta do is look up how to get into Netflix, how to get your films into Netflix, Tubi. Hey team, we have a party. Green SUV approaching the lot. All you have to do is figure out how to get into Netflix, how to get on Tubi, and then boom. Now you get together with a group of like-minded people like you. Y'all come up with a crazy script, a crazy plot. Find the right actresses, put it together, shoot it, approach Netflix with that. Boom, you're lit. Now you don't have to be like the guy in him. You feel me? Like, but all that stuff takes planning. But then again, like I said, as people, bro, we lazy. We don't want to plan. Like, so somebody like that, they don't want to do all that stuff I just listed. They just want to go in Hollywood, get in a big movie, and be on a big screen. That's it. They don't want to go through the process of building something. Like, I'm gonna tell y'all, when it comes to music, bro, like personally, right now I would never want to sign no deal, bro. And I know it doesn't sound as cool when I say that because that's what most rappers are after, but bro, when it comes to like the creativity of the music, I would like to have full control over that, bro. And I understand that once I sign a deal or go under someone else, I wouldn't have that full control and would take away the passion for what I have for the music. So the movie Him is just a representation of, yeah, you could be talented, but if you don't have plans to catapult yourself in a position that you want, you got to always fall under an agenda and make sacrifices. That's it. So have some type of plans. Like right now, if I want to own a dealership, bro, I'm not about to go be under Chrysler or Ford, bro. I'm gonna just put up like 20,000, go to an auction, boom, get like an inventory of seven to eight cars based on the 20K. Now I'm gonna have a variety of price range in there. There's gonna be cars that are 1,000, 1,200, cars that are gonna be 3K to 2K. You know, and then might have one or two cars that's like 5K. Maybe I can settle at 4,700. But I'm gonna do that continually back to back to the point where I got enough money to buy a lot. Boom, do the same thing, get more than 8, 10 inventories. But I'm telling y'all ways to get what you want, but there it requires planning. It requires some form of thought, like, okay, if I do this, do this, do this, do this, then I could be in this position. But people just automatically think, oh, I just want to be in that position. And they skip the research, the planning, the thinking, all of that, man. Like that's like the most beautiful part because if you want to be in Hollywood, you gotta play by the rules, fool. You know what I'm saying? They tell you drink this blood. You gotta drink that blood. You want that movie role. You ain't drinking that blood. They casting whoever drank the blood. Just how it goes. I mean, same with the music, bro. So as people, it's like, what can we create for ourselves? Like, can we orchestrate a plan that's so cold to where you execute each plan that's gonna put you in a position of being a boss? That's the real question. Especially if you want to be him. If you want to be him in life, you have to be able to orchestrate a plan, which requires researching, thought process, in order to be him. Because the consideration of what being him is being in a boss position, a boss mentality to where you got it all, you have in your way. But like I said, that takes planning, that takes time, that takes thoughts. Like right now, I got a lot of plans that I want to execute, but I gotta wait to get to the perfect time and to execute all of these plans. But all of these plans that I want to execute, I apologize, squad. I'm eating chips, Doritos. All of the plans that I want to execute, bro, they're gonna put me in a better position. But right now, there's no rush because there's steps. There's steps to everything. You know, people sometimes we want to rush things. Right now, yeah, I want to get the money and do nothing but 6 videos for y'all, upload it, chop it down. But the timing is not right. So once the timing is right, that's when I can execute. But whatever you guys want out there in life, man, it requires planning. Start planning. Start writing down your plans. You're never too cool to write down what you want. That's like another form of manifestation at its finest. Whatever you say you want, write it down regularly, like 7 times a day. You know, or if we're being honest, what's that? 21 times a day. What's that? 3, 6? That's 9. Nah, 15 times a day. So you write it down 3 times in the morning. Let's say you want to become a big screenwriter. So you say in the morning you wake up, you tell yourself, I'm gonna be a big screenwriter. I'm gonna be a big screenwriter. I'm gonna be a big screenwriter. That's 3 times. Then you write it down 3 times. I'm gonna be a big screenwriter. I'm gonna be a big screenwriter. I'm gonna be a big screenwriter. Boom. Then in the afternoon, around like 6, you write it 6 times. You say it 6 times. Then around 9, you say it 9 times. You write it 9 times. This is manifestation. This is what happened to you if you went to a brainwashing lab and they was trying to convince you that your name is Arnold Palmer. They would literally put that in your ear the whole 20 hours you did. You are Arnold Palmer. You are Arnold Palmer. You are Arnold Palmer. You know what I'm saying? Until you come out of there like, I am Arnold Palmer. But that's manifestation right there. But when you think about manifestation, I feel like that goes hand in hand with planning. Writing down what you want. In the next month, I want my upload on here to be crazy. I want it to be crazy, man. I was also just inspired by, one of my favorite YouTubers. As far as merchandise, he's getting ready to start shipping merchandise. It's like, bro, my passion is sales, bro. I love selling stuff, bro. That's just what I do. I can't wait to get the merchandise and inventory for you guys on the channel because I have some great ideas, man. Some good looking items that I know that you guys would love, bro. So if I could just get in a position of where I can get the inventory set up, the website, everything is gonna be beautiful. So these are all the plans that I have in the making, and I know you guys want certain things in life. So I'm telling you, whoever you are, if you want whatever you want in life, start planning for it. If you haven't been planning for it, right now is the time. Because all the successful people you see and the positions that they're in right now, they planned. They probably planned forever. There's no determining how long they've been planning. Some of them been planning their whole life. Whatever you plan for, you're going to get. I'm telling you. Look at planning for your dreams like planning for a trip, right? Think about it, right? If you're about to go on a trip, vacation, if you pre-plan for that vacation, you're going to have a lovely vacation. If you don't pre-plan for the vacation and you get to the vacation, everything is going to be hectic. It's going to be chaotic. It's going to be kind of like upside down. You know what I'm saying? But that's because you didn't plan. And this is the same type of planning that's required for your success, bro. Your business, your vision, your goals. Like currently, I'm at like 30 something followers on Twitch, man. My plan is to get to 50 followers on Twitch. Once I get to 50 followers on Twitch, then okay, I feel like I'm in a better position to where streaming is something I can do for longer periods. You feel me? So every day, what I try to do is I try to go on live on Twitch for at least 2 hours a day, sometimes more. Why? Because this is a part of my plan. This is gonna help me get to the 50 followers I want. So, and me going live every day, I'm executing my plan. I'm executing my plan. There's people out there that say they want to get into social media, but they never go live. They never stream. They just watch everybody else on YouTube all day and say they want to get into YouTube or whatever. There's no type of plan set up. So how can you have success? Because if you think about all of us going on a vacation right now, I'm the only one planning. I'm going to have the best vacation. When we get to the vacation, y'all don't have y'all wallets. Y'all don't have money. Y'all left y'all chargers at the house. I mean, y'all going to have a horrible vacation, man. So planning is everything, man. I love y'all. I just wanted to do a quick live for y'all, man. But listen, without success, I mean, if you want success without planning, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna take longer, and it's gonna take a lot of time. Hey team, we do have a party of one entering the lot. Orange SU pickup truck. It's an orange pickup truck. But yeah, man, it's necessary, man. You gotta plan for everything. And I wish I was kind of like this a while back ago, to where I could just literally plan stuff accordingly. But back then, I would say I wasn't that much of a planner. You know, I just be like, yeah, we just want to do whatever. Now that I'm older, it's like, nah, planning is the key to everything. Just look at it as a vacation, because people be lazy. I'm telling you, they don't want to research what they like. They only do that for a vacation. On a vacation, everybody's a researcher, bro. That means you looking up the food places by the hotel. You looking up hotel reviews. You looking up shuttles to see if any shuttles go ahead. You looking to see if any. You just looking everything up on a vacation, man. Now take the vacation out of there and put your dreams in there, right? That is the way you're supposed to be researching for your dreams. If you're not researching for your dreams like that, you're not ready. You're not ready. That is the only way you're gonna get to where you want to get to. Because if you do all that for a vacation, you get everything looked up, you find everything. Guess what happens? Once you get to that vacation, you're gonna have a blast. Because everything's been planned for. Everything's been situated. And this is what's required for success. The craziest part is, like, a lot of these people that meet people and be like, hey, so quick question. How did you get so successful? I've yet to see people say I planned. Because that's really what they did. They planned. They planned everything out, man. And don't get me wrong. Your plan's not always going to go how you want them. But then you make adjustments, because it's a part of life. Making adjustments is just rolling with the punches sometimes. Not all your plans going to go according. But you don't quit because your plans don't go according. You just make adjustments. You know, sometimes you go get a suit at the store. The suit need to be tailored. Some slight adjustments got to be made. The suit isn't ruined. It just, the adjustments got to be made. Same thing applies to your plans. Cause we done made plans in the past before that didn't go through how we wanted, but it shouldn't discourage you, bro. It's a part of life. You know, you just got to make a few adjustments, get amended. You know, it's easy. You know, I had to make a lot of adjustments in my life in this past 6-7 months, bro. Adjustments I never thought I'd have to make. From even like maintaining certain resources, because I'm used to having stuff in abundance. So I guess it's teaching me something, because it's like, okay, me learning how to make these adjustments right now, or what I'm doing with it right now, when I get to where I am supposed to be, I'm gonna just be more intricate, more well-rounded. Because trust me, bro, some of the adjustments I had to make, I wasn't trying to make them. I wasn't trying to make them adjustments. You feel what I'm saying? But it's just, I had no choice, bro. Sometimes you have no choice. You get forced to make certain adjustments, and you just kind of, you got to make those adjustments if you want to keep going. You want to keep pushing. You know, so I had to make a lot of adjustments. And I'm talking about adjustments because, bro, some of y'all get discouraged when the plans don't fall through. That's okay, bro. That just means you got to try again. You know what I'm saying? You got to try again until you complete this level. Next level, it might be tougher. Right now, this level, it seems tough, but you know, once you get through this level, the next level, you got to be tougher for the next level. So make them adjustments that you got to make in life to get where you got to get. You know, don't just sit there with your arms folded. Nobody's coming to take care of you, bro. Right now, nobody cares about you unless you got like a dog or you got your real biological parents. But when it comes to friends, bro, like, yo, everybody's out for themselves right now. Everyone is out for themselves currently. I'm telling you. Even the ones that are gonna come around and be like, oh, you're one of my realest friends and you so real, and no, bro. Don't fall for it. Everybody is out for themselves currently, right now. Maybe not the parents, because they take care of their kids, but even some of the parents out for themselves, bro. So it's all up to you, bro. At the end of the day, when I go home, I know it's all up to me. Yeah, I got my pops, man. My pops be looking out for me, but I know for a fact, I tell you all the time, my pops can't do everything. He can't take care of me on that level, bro. Maybe when I was younger, I'm older now. So my mentality is, look, it's all up to me with the help of God to make something happen. If I can't make something happen, I don't know if I was ready for whatever I wanted. And I was having this conversation with a shorty that said she was about to go into the Air Force because she just wanted to like discipline and all that. And I'm just like, man, that's all within, man. It's always up to you, man. Everything is up on you, bro. This is your life. You're living this. No one else is living this. Once you look at things like that, you can understand, like, okay, I gotta be swifty. I gotta be a good thinker. I gotta be swift. I gotta prioritize, because nobody is coming to save you. Even then, people love to see you struggling, bro. So why allow yourself to be in a position where you're not putting everything into you for people to see you struggling, like, you know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody see you struggling. You could be having like the worst month, no money. Shave your face, bro. Go get a haircut. Put on some nice clothes. Because at the end of the day, the show must go on, fool. Meaning that, look, things not going your way right now, but you still gotta come outside presentable. You still gotta look nice. You know what I'm saying? These are things that need to happen when things are not going your way. Because the opposite happens when things are not going your way. People get dusty. They get bummy. They let their hair grow out crazy. Nah. They don't cut their fingernails. And it's like, bro, you can't allow something to put you in that state of mind where you don't even care about taking care of your parents, because that falls on you at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Your mom and your dad not telling you how to dress. You're grown now. So take care of your parents, bro. You know what I'm saying? You taking care of your parents is an investment into yourself. Naturally, that's going to make you want to pour more into your wealth. But if you're not somebody taking care of yourself and you're out there, how else are you gonna invest in yourself? You definitely not gonna do it with your dreams. You can't even do it with your parents. We look at a lot of people that can't do it with their parents. These people not even thinking about their dreams because they're far from even investing in themselves to get their parents they want. There's a lot of people that invest in themselves. They go to the gym every week, bro. Work out, stay shape. That's an investment. So if they're going to the gym, getting the body results they want, that person, same individual, can take that same investment mentality, apply it to their dreams and their goals, and they're gonna take off. You're gonna take off. So it starts on you. It's all on you. It's never gonna be anyone that's gonna come save the day unless it's God. And sometimes God might just give you miracles here and there, but God, imagine God's perspective. God's perspective is, they say there's 1 billion people in the world. I think it's more. We ain't gonna talk about that though. But with all the people in the world, and with everybody else asking for whatever they need, because people are asking stuff like, oh God, come on, I just need $20. People is definitely asking the Lord for stuff, bro. Why does God bless you? Think about it. And especially if you haven't committed to yourself. You're not planning. You haven't researched nothing. And you got to think, in the Bible, it says the Lord sees all. So if the Lord sees all, and he or she sees you doing all the things I just mentioned, why do you deserve a blessing? You're not gonna get a blessing. The blessing is gonna go towards someone else who's putting all into them. Time, everything into them. Effort, money, everything into them. God is gonna see that individual and say, look, this person right here, organic machine. What's up, man? Seek in, you shall find. That's facts. You know, God's gonna look at the individual that's researching, that's planning, you know what I'm saying? That's putting all the energy into them to get them where they want. And that's where the blessing is gonna go. You know, the blessing's not gonna go to someone who sits there, has their hand folded, doesn't research, doesn't plan, doesn't put any energy into say what they want in life. Why should God bless you, bro? Because there's over 1 billion people in the world that are asking for stuff regularly. I personally think he wants to see who's putting in the most effort, who really wants it. And that's probably where the blessing goes. You know, because a lot of people, they be like, I don't never get blessed. Well, you not working hard enough, bruh. Because God only blesses those who work hard and maintain a good character. If you're not even working hard, you got a lazy personality, you might have a little tough time even maintaining a good character, man. A good character is having an understanding of others and how life works. And how you respond to certain things matters too. So at the end of the day, man, listen, I love y'all, bruh. I want y'all to always put everything you have into your well. Whatever you have, nothing. You might have the littlest whatever left, man. Energy, I don't know, motivation. You put all that into yourself, bro. Cause if you don't, nobody's coming to do that. And look, bro, we have some loving parents. Some of y'all, I don't know if y'all come from like hierarchies or matriarchs and patriarchs or whatever, but at the end of the day, if you don't have none of that in your life, I'm suggesting you go hard. You gotta go hard. He says sometimes it's not lazy, but burnout and lack of purpose. Nah, that's facts though. Sometimes it is a burnout, but you should never feel a lack of purpose or organic because everything on earth has purpose. Like the other day I was walking to work and I seen this plant with like mad blueberries on there. So as I'm walking past the plant, yo, I'm just seeing mad dragonflies, homie. Dragonfly on dragonfly on dragonfly. So I'm like, yo, bro, I ain't even know dragonflies love blueberries like that. Who knew that blueberries serve such a purpose for dragonflies? I didn't know, but I found out that purpose walking past the plants. Now that's not like a great example, but you never would think about blueberries being that beneficial for dragonflies, bro. I'm talking about it's like a whole clan of dragonflies about these blueberries, bro. A clan. So that being said, it's like, man, organic, everything has a purpose. You gotta work to see your purpose, man. Burning out, there's no way for you to see your purpose when you're burnt out. That means you're done. You out of there. You know what I'm saying? Always remember you got a purpose. Like even talking to y'all right now, I know I got a purpose. I don't know how big the purpose is or what the impact on life is gonna be, but at the end of the day, I know I got a purpose. You got a purpose, organic. Malik, Assam, we all have purposes. And it might not be the same purpose, but we're all here to like create a ripple effect in life. And that's called impact. Off the impact, people are supposed to either improve their characteristics or leave certain characteristics behind. That's the purpose. Some of us are here to inspire, influence, motivate. So we all here for different purposes, man. But everyone has a purpose here, unless they're evil. But then even evil has a purpose to be evil. You know what I mean? So everybody has a purpose, but I definitely can relate to that statement right there. It's just a lack of feeling burnt out, and feeling burnt out is normal because let me eat this cookie. I felt burnt out, but if I'm being honest with y'all, I felt burnt out because I wasn't having my way. And anybody who's a real individual can attest to this. Like, I say you're not having your way, it's like things aren't going good for you, bro. You're trying multiple options, you're not getting results. So in that moment, I felt burnt out in the sense of, man, I done tried everything I'm supposed to try. It's not working, And once you get to that point, you can't really be like that because how would you act if everything was working? Yeah, he said, yes, not even a leaf falls from the tree without God's permission. Facts. So when I felt burnt out, it's like, okay, I got two options because I've been there. I'm talking about I'm going everywhere for the job. I'm gonna just give y'all the relationship with the job, man. The job was very difficult to get a job, bro. I'm going to interviews, taking lifts, wasting money. Nothing's happening, bro. I'm coming home like frustrated, bro. I'm doing the lives during them times though. I'm doing the freestyle battles. But it was countless of times where I didn't want to do a live. Why? Because, bro, I'm not getting what I want as far as employment. But then if I was to not do a live, what win do I have? I have no win. When I say I have no win, things still aren't going my way. You get what I'm saying? But now on top of that, I'm upset and I'm stopping myself from producing content because I'm upset. That is not a win. That's a loss because as a person, it's like, okay, that can't slow me down from further pursuing what I want. One second, y'all. Let me help this person. Oh, they're good. They're good. But that can't slow me down from pursuing what I want because the moment I stop, nothing happens. So me stopping because what I felt burnt out, it didn't give me a job. You know what I'm saying? That didn't make God want to give me a job. What got me a job was me to keep applying, keep going on these interviews even though I was frustrated. You know what I'm saying? Keep looking for gigs, keep putting in applications. That's what got me the job. The effort to continuously keep going though I wasn't getting what I wanted in life. And that is the big test for all humans, bro. That right there. Can you keep going even though you're not having your way or getting what you want? Can you keep going? That's the question. Can you keep striving? Can you keep putting in work? Can you put everything aside and say, no, I'm going to keep going? Most people can't because they want to have their way. They want to get what they want. And the ones who aren't getting what they want and they don't have that invest in everything me mentality, they quit. They quit because they only want to have things going good for them, bro. But in reality, who want to have something bad going bad for them? Nobody. Everybody want to have stuff going good for them. So if somebody quits because things isn't going good for them, it's like they not really a winner, bro. Because at the end of the day, it's like everybody has to go through stuff like this. But the ones who make it out are the strongest because they didn't quit. They didn't quit, bro. It was times I'm telling y'all, bro. I was not trying to do no live. I wasn't even trying to upload a visual because I'm not getting a gig. Like, I'm taking a lift, wasting my time. But I kept doing the lives. I had to do the lives. I used to tell myself, I'm like, yo, bro, if I don't do the live, then I ain't really winning today. Because to me, winning would have been, oh, going to the job when if you getting the job. But I ain't even do that. So I got to win some way. So I'm going to do a live. And y'all, if y'all notice, I used to do lives repetitively. Because I wasn't working. I wasn't doing nothing. So I took it upon myself to say, all right, this is my job when I'm not working. When I'm trying to find a job, this is what's going to be my job. So I say that to say, bro, you never stop. Even if you're not having your way, that's a test to see how you handle the stress. Because there's people that when they're not having their way, they freak out. You know, they go crazy. I'm tired of this. Yeah, they go dumb. But not me, man. I'm just trying to get to where I'm supposed to get to. You know, I help who I can help in the process for real. Cause, you know, everybody needs some type of motivation, man. Everybody needs some type of help, man. You know, and he said, Moshro, what's up? He said you gotta do it even when you're having bad days. Most definitely. That's what separates the great from the goods. There will be times, like I said, bro, times I didn't even want to do the lives. But I gotta do the lives. Yeah, quitters never win. Quitters are people just get close to like what they wanted, but they never really wanted it, you know? You know, winners are people who can keep going regardless if the outcome is good or bad. That's a winner. Cause you gotta imagine me and you and Moose Road, we on the basketball team, we getting dubbed by 40 points right now. Since the second quarter, but we play 4. Now me and you and Moose Road, if we don't have a quitters mentality, we got a chance of slimming down the game to like maybe double digits, like 11 and 12. But the moment somebody quits, it's over. So look at yourself when you quit. If you're not up, when I say up, you're not getting what you want. You're not in the best position. And you quit, it's like you just gave the game away. You gave the game away. Because you're not winning if you quit. You've already invested whatever time and money or whatever you've invested in whatever you're quitting. You kind of like just throw the towel in, man. You giving up. And that won't get you nowhere in life, man. Giving up all the time. Sometimes you got to step back from a situation and come back to it. I respect that, but you can't just quit because it's not going how you want. You get what I'm saying? And I'm telling y'all, even now doing the live, I got to do the live at the gig, but I'd rather eat food with y'all right now. When I say eat food, eat some food for you guys. But, you know, it's not set up like that right now, so where I got to make adjustments. This is an adjustment, having the camera off. You know, I'm snacking on the snacks right now. Doritos, Amos cookies. Not my favorite snacks, but I got to snack on them joints to stay up. You know, but anybody, man, interested in doing content creation, you feel like giving up, don't quit, bro. This video right here is to say don't quit. Just work harder. And the term work harder applies to me also. Cause I ain't been working as hard as I'm supposed to on YouTube. You know, and I gotta kind of up the production. Once I do that, I feel like I'll be in a better position. You know, to where, you know, we can do a lot more, really. That's all I can say. We can do a lot more. But don't quit on yourself, man. If you quit, visualize yourself land on a far island. No water, no food. Even though you can go fishing, right? Even though you could drink seawater, you just literally lay there with your arms out. Say, God, take me. Anytime you think about quitting, I want you to visualize that image right there. You know what I'm saying? Visualize that image. Because you quitting is like you just laying down and just having no fight in you, bro. You know, as a man, it's like, come on, man, you gotta at least put up a fight. At least stand up. You know, fight for something that's right. You feel me? But look, man, crazy live, not too long live. We got about like 6 more minutes. Anything y'all want to ask me before I leave? Ask me. Let's do a quick Q&A. Any questions before I leave, guys? You guys want to ask your boy anything? Nada? Y'all don't want to ask me no questions for our dip squad? That being said, I love y'all, man. I'm out of here. Till next time. Hey, don't quit on nothing.